my gosh, look at us. We're a mess.
I'm cold.
So first we have to leave showing, then on the plan B, we say it.
Welcome back to Hourless Life, where we're driving around the world. Today we are in central Honduras. It's rainy season. As you can tell, we are soaking wet, and you think we'd be like really upset right now, but we're not. Our Shadow Awn just exploded.
There was a huge gust of wind, and it took up the arm of our awning and turned it up 90 degrees.
So our awning got pushed up completely up against the tent up there. We got together with some guys here, and they helped us bend it back down. It's not fixed. This is Miti here, one of the owners, and she is sharing that somebody sent her a video. This was actually a tornado just up the hill from us that touched down.
I'm not freaking out. It's an awning. Eric's gonna show you what happened in the field. We were parked under a tree. There were two huge branches that came down. One was just a few feet from the Jeep, and it could have fallen on the Jeep. The field got full of water, and there are electric lines over top of it, and the light was still on. So they were live electrical wires, and that's why we didn't get out the camera. We just had to get out of the field, because if that line had fallen in the field, it was standing water under the Jeep.
Here we were just relaxing at camp. Caspian had been playing on the playground just a little while earlier, and I was on a call with one of our Patreon supporters helping her through some ideas on an overland build, and then the heavy rains came. It's rainy season here in Honduras. In case you couldn't tell, there are thunder showers all around us right now. Not a big deal. We've been through heavy rains many times. I got off the phone, got Caspian inside, started to put things away. There was no breeze, just heavy rain and lightning and thunder in the distance.
Things got crazy. The inside of the Jeep was getting wet, so I jumped inside to shut the door. There was a giant gust of wind, and the awning went up into the air.
We would find out later that it was the tail end of a tornado. But in a matter of seconds, trees were down. Live power lines had been toppled, and we were next to a large tree, which we had parked next to for shade earlier in the day from the oppressive sun. The field that we were in was actively filling with water and was about ankle deep. There were 3 power lines near and above Dauntless that should a tree topple and land on our home, that could have been devastating. They say the hardest times to film are when something bad has happened. And, well, something bad happened for us in that we lost our awning. I don't know that it's going to be repairable at all. And we use it every day. But it is what it is. It could have been a lot worse.
We were under the power line on our side, and the light was still on. The lines were still live. Meanwhile, I was standing barefoot in water up to my ankles. The whole field had become a pond. We're in danger, I told Eric. We need to move. So we moved. At first, we just backed up, out from under the power wire in case it came down. But once we fully realized how deep the water was, we decided we had to leave the field, get out of the standing water. So Eric moved the Jeep with the tent up and the awning all jacked up against it. Caspian was in the bed of the Jeep with all the doors closed, holding on to my bottle of red wine so it didn't spill. Priorities, right? He kept asking,
Is the Jeep gonna blow up?
In a new parking place, this time on gravel, out of water, some men gathered to help us with the awning. We got the arms accordioned back against the Jeep, enough to pull the corners over the arms.
This is actually a sizable branch here. What's interesting is how far it was pushed. It's in the middle of this field. There are no trees anywhere near this. You can see the workers have already come out to start clearing this mess over here. It's the next morning after that crazy storm, and you can see here where we were parked underneath this large tree. It was just like this. It was sunny and we were using it for shade. So you have a better view of what happened. Here's our tire tracks, and here is this branch. It's a fairly sizable branch right next to where we parked. You can see the wood just splintered off from this massive tree. It's a large branch. We were able to make it out through here, down the road, and to where we're currently parked, where we're going to assess the damage. Last night when we finally pulled in here, we were able to get together with some of the local people here and pull the awning down. Originally, one of our awning bars was up against the side of the tent, and we had to physically bend it down to get it here just so we could go to sleep last night. This is the first time we're looking at it. So we can see that right here, it's bent. All right, we're gonna attempt to open up the awning and see if we can fully open it up and see what the damage looks like at this point.
So the good news is that it's still an awning. It would provide shade and shelter from rain. As far as the structural integrity of it, it's not there anymore. You can see how the gush just picked it up.
Right here is where it's split and the arm bent completely upwards at this break point here. We were able to fold it down, but all of the mechanism back there is bent, and these arms are all bent now. The second arm is the one that took the brunt of the damage, and this is the one that has this little lever.
Yeah, I think it's like the main arm, don't you think?
Yeah. So, looks pretty jacked up. We were able to bend it back down, but it's got huge dents and creases on this side over here.
It was amazing. It was like a giant took it and just bent it up.
Yeah. And you can see up
Anyone
here.
who has this awning knows how sturdy it is.
Yeah, this is the most rugged awning we've ever used by far and that we've ever seen.
And we've had it in sustained winds with no problem. And it wasn't even close to that yesterday. Like, not even close.
No.
And then this gust just came out of nowhere.
It happened in seconds. Like, it wasn't even breezy. And then all of a sudden, just this massive gust came. It's crazy. We'll figure it out though, babe. All right, so the next trick is to see if we can get it stowed, if we can get it put back into this bag. With the way it's been, I'm not sure it's gonna work, but we're gonna try it, and that will determine how we're gonna drive out of here. So.
With some experimentation, we were able to get it stored and zipped, and then we headed out to our next camp.
Which is right on the lake, and really we're just drying stuff out from last night more than anything. So you can see that we've got some of our stuff. My shoes are there on the front bumper, our rugs, and that is our Red Ox bag that holds all of our camping equipment. But yeah, this is where we're going to be camped tonight. So we're going to attempt to put our awning out. It's broken, but we're going to attempt to put it out just to dry it. And once it, because we don't want it to mildew, once it dries, we'll try and put it back away before the afternoon rains come.
Good?
I mean, it's open. We don't want it to rain because of the way it's tilting, everything will come in. Any amount of pressure, this thing might actually bend back up. So if it gets windy or if it starts raining, it needs to go in immediately, but we're gonna try and dry it out. Camp is essentially set up. We've got our things drying, like I mentioned. Caspian's already playing with his loveys. We've got other things hanging up and our broken awning doing its thing. Brittany is setting up our beds inside.
A lot of damp stuff from the big storm yesterday, so just trying to dry everything out. Fortunately, here on the water, there's a cross breeze going right through, so that's a blessing.
Yeah, we've got a neat little spot. We got our chair set up right here, and we are right here on the lake. Well, we made it. We made it through that storm. Caspian was super brave. Brittany was amazing, and we got it done.
We are kind of decompressing a little bit and trying to dry everything out. And just really grateful that we weren't hurt and that our home really was fairly undamaged. Really, really thankful.
It was a rough night, but it's to be expected that things like this are going to happen on this journey. But we are undaunted. We are continuing in our travels. We thank you for watching. If you want behind the scenes, we'd already told Patreon all about this. Join our Patreon and get to know us. That's where we share all this kind of stuff first, and we answer a lot of questions over there. And if you enjoy this type of content, please subscribe to our channel. Until next time, see you in the next video.